This is Anshul Singh Kharola. He is 11 years old and has never been to school. This is because he has cerebral palsy. He wasn't able to get admission into a mainstream school. Because they largely lack the facilities and expertise on how to handle children with special needs, it's not surprising that 75% of India's children with learning challenges don't go to school. Cerebral palsy or CP is a group of neurological disorders that affect muscle tone, movement and motor skills. It is caused by brain injury or abnormality that occurs before, during or immediately after the child is born. People with CP typically have poor muscle coordination and difficulty controlling certain body movements. The effects of CP can be as mild as a minor limp or as severe as paralysis of legs or hands, speech impairment and sometimes intellectual disabilities.
Open your fingers. Open करो हाथ. Open. करो open. Up close. Open. फिर से try करो. Open. And close. Okay. ठीक है. अब हम एक और रीडिंग एक्टिविटी करने वाले हैं.
There are many steps to Anshul's rehabilitation. Samatha Learning Centre, a trust based in Bangalore which imparts education to children with special needs, took the first step by admitting Anshul. It is a sad fact that of the 89% of children with special needs that do enrol in primary school, only 8.5% stay on in secondary school and only 2.3% manage to go to the 11th and 12th standards.
Sun. Very nice. What is this? Spider. What is this?
Apple.
Apple. Can you put it near Am? Where is Am? Where is Am?
Apple.
Apple. Very good.
The school is rated on their performance, as in how well the children do in 10th and 12th grade. It is, okay, schools publish, we've got 100% results. Now, if you have children with challenges in that group of students who are doing their 10th and 12th, they are not always going to be able to claim 100%. So what happens is that is one of the reasons why children do not get supported beyond a certain grade in schools. But those are still children who've gotten to the school. There are children with more challenges which the schools do not even start taking on because their infrastructure doesn't support it, their financial plan doesn't support the extra needs of these children, and the government doesn't support any of the schools or any of the students or any of the parents. If you look at countries where they successfully do have children in the mainstream system, the government actually supports the school financially to support the children. So that is not happening here. Now, that is something that is going to take a long time if it ever happens. But in the meantime, there is a lot that we need to do because even though children have challenges, a lot of them are capable of learning. And when they get excluded from mainstream systems, they then have to find special schools like Samatha Learning Center to be able to access some form of education.
Snake.
Very good. One more word with S.
Ambulance. No.
Sun.
We are very particular about showing respect, about demanding respect. Because when we respect, we give the child a very clear message that you are capable of doing something. And when they have that confidence that someone believes in me, They are willing to go that extra mile, push themselves a little more to learn something that otherwise they would have thought they were not capable of. So that is the first thing. The second is that we realize that when we look at education, the core purpose of education is to live in society, in the community. And for that, we need to build communication skills. We, as typical learners, we always believe that speech is the only way to communicate. It's not true. Actually, human beings communicate in non-verbal ways about 80 or 90% more than they use words. Now, that is your actions, your expressions, your body language. So we teach children to communicate effectively. You want something, there's a way to ask. Learn how to ask for it. If one way doesn't work, figure out another effectively. Biting, hitting, kicking is not an effective way to communicate. So communication is the second focus that we pay a lot of attention to, because when a child learns to communicate effectively, there itself, they have learned a skill for life. And the third most important aspect of our individualized plans is to address the academic goals. The academic goals, we have three areas that we work on. First is, of course, the language. So we use English as our primary language. We also, of course, use their mother tongue to help them access learning in English. The second is, of course, numeracy or math. And the third is building their awareness of the world around them. In schools, we call it EVS, we call it science, we call it social studies. So because of their limited access to the outside world, we focus on this because it also empowers them with the knowledge of what is possible in this world.
What is your name? देखो NAME name.
A
फिर
N S
हम्म
S
हाँ
H
फिर
U
हम्म
L.
L. Awesome.
Samatha has devised an individualized educational plan at the rate of 15,000 per month for Anshul, recognizing the fact that even though cerebral palsy or CP has made movement a challenge for him, he is cognitively capable of learning and as a child has every right to access an education like other children.
कुछ नहीं अच्छा हर आके छोटा भाई का है मेरा
Anshul has a very, I would say, good brain, means he is cognitively functional. And so he's capable of learning. And so we are, in our plan, we are empowering him with knowledge of the language, knowledge of numeracy, and knowledge of the world around him. And he's 11 years old and he's not had access to education till today. And one conversation with him, and it was very evident how eager he is to learn, how ready he is to do something with himself in spite of his limitations. So yes, we are teaching him these three focuses in academics. Now, to make him a little more able to communicate effectively, because yes, he speaks, but his speech is not all that clear. We are also teaching him slowly to learn how to type. Right now, it is with one finger with the support of his caregiver.
Anshul needs a variety of therapies: speech therapy, physiotherapy, and occupational therapy. However, a 45-minute session in physiotherapy or occupational therapy will cost him 850 rupees. Anshul needs 5 sessions per week, so his monthly bill for these 2 therapies alone will be 17,000 rupees.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He needs all these therapies to be able to get his body to be a little more responsive to him. He should be able to sit in a wheelchair tomorrow. He should be able to use a computer tomorrow. And this is the long-term goal with whatever we want for Anshul. Physiotherapy is focusing on the larger muscles, the whole body movement. He is right now not even able to sit even after he's been propped up. So that means there is absolutely no muscle control, not because, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it is possible, but there again, it will all depend on what the medical specialists have to say. And he needs to be able to use a wheelchair if he has to, if we have to see if he can be mobile, because right now he's being carried, he's being, and he's 11 years old. He's not going to stay small. And then that's going to become another challenge. And there are many people in this world who have, found technology of today very supportive to help them in all these areas.
So do please donate for Anshul to Samatha, Axis Bank, HSR Layout, account number 9180200431511631, IFSC code UTIB 0000785. Samatha is a trust with ATG recognition. All donations that are sent to Samatha will get tax exemption and will be used to fund the therapies Anshul requires, which include speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physiotherapy, and also a specialized wheelchair to enable his independent mobility. We are looking at raising 3 lakhs for Anshul's first year or initial care.